Welcome to the deep dive. So, imagine you're looking up at a standard, white strobe light in an office hallway.
Right, just your basic plastic alarm light.
Exactly. You'd probably assume it just needs a couple of wires and a power switch. But today we're actually looking at a source from HDTV Supply, which is this massive catalog filled with heavy-duty enterprise gear.
Yeah, they have thousands of those Wolfpack matrix switchers and really complex video walls.
Right. And if we think of those matrix switchers as the central nervous system of a smart building, the device we're focusing on today, the Advanced Network Devices IPSTROBE-I, well, it's like a highly specialized flashing nerve ending.
That is a great way to put it because this thing costs about $440, has its own IP address, and I mean, literally runs its own web server.
Okay, let's unpack this because wait, $440 for a light bulb?
Yeah, it sounds a little crazy.
It really does. A light bulb that needs an RJ45 Cat5 or Cat6 cable just to turn on, operating at 10 to 100 megabits per second. Like, explain to me how this isn't just tech companies overcomplicating things to sell expensive gear. I mean, why on earth does a simple visual alert need an embedded web server?
Well, what's fascinating here is that we really have to stop looking at it as a light bulb. We need to start looking at it as a smart node. It's VoIP and SIP enabled.
So it's using the exact same protocol handling voice communications across the network.
Exactly. And it supports third-party software like Clockwise Campus. So to the routing switch, this strobe light is essentially a telephone.
A telephone.
Yeah, I mean, it just rings with a visual flash,
Yeah.
specifically a 15 or 75 candela flash when it receives a specific data packet. It even includes a blue lens for a softer flash if you need it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so instead of running a dedicated, high voltage electrical line and a physical relay to every single hallway in a hospital or a college campus.
Right, you just drop it onto the existing PoE network, power over Ethernet.
That is wild. But I guess that's the core logic here, right?
Yeah, it's all about scale and automation. By assigning it an IP address, a central security desk, using their standard management software, can instantly trigger hundreds of these visual alerts across multiple buildings.
Just with a single network command.
Exactly. You aren't flipping physical switches anymore. You're routing data to specific endpoints.
Okay, but that massive shift in architecture has to create a huge headache when things actually go wrong. I mean, since these devices are practically computers now, you can't just call an electrician or a maintenance guy if a light stops flashing.
Oh, absolutely not. You have to call IT.
Which leads to this incredible customer review on the product page that perfectly captures this whole culture clash. There's a buyer named John M., and he left a verified review stating, quote, "When I called, the staff was less than friendly but answered my question."
I love that review. Because if we connect this to the bigger picture, that review tells you everything you need to know about where the AV industry is right now.
Right, because we've completely moved away from simple plug-and-play hardware.
Exactly. When your strobe light relies on SIP and PoE, troubleshooting isn't just swapping out a dead bulb anymore. I mean, you are actively diagnosing a network routing issue.
So the person answering the phone isn't your standard, cheerful customer service rep handing out return labels.
No, they're a network engineer trying to debug a flashing light over a phone call.
Which sounds totally exhausting.
It is. Getting the technically accurate answer, even if the engineer sounds totally exhausted and lacks a warm smile, well, that's the ultimate win for an IT professional in a pinch. The technical support just has to match the sheer complexity of the hardware itself.
That makes total sense. So ultimately, the IPSTROBE-I proves that the most basic environmental cues around us, like a flashing light, are no longer simple electrical circuits.
Right, they're intelligent nodes talking constantly to a massive digital ecosystem.
But if the central network switch drops, the brain basically loses total communication with the extremities.
Which leaves you with a slightly unsettling reality to think about.
Oh boy, here we go.
Well, if a simple safety strobe light in a hallway now runs its own web server and sits on the main enterprise network switch,
Yeah.
does that mean a hacker could theoretically breach an entire enterprise network through a light bulb?
Oh, wow. That is definitely something to ponder the next time you walk past a flashing alarm. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you on the next one.